Really. I've seen a lot of disturbing things in the news and I guess real life as well. But it's never come to a level of just ridiculousness. I made a video, I think a while ago, speaking about several months back, just how we should move on from not being accepted by, women that obviously have the right to choose whoever they want to date, and how there's more to life than just having romantic partners, and you can still have a relationship with somebody. It doesn't have to be some sexual exploit. But apparently that was not the case here. An 18-year-old Pakistani school teacher died Wednesday from injuries after her body was set on fire for refusing a marriage proposal. Let that sink in. I'm just gonna kind of skip over a little bit of this. Her uncle said she had 85% of her body covered in burns, which is even more ridiculous and believable on his part, because it seems like something these people would do based on what has been described. Um, I'm trying to kind of skip through this because I really want to get to the crux of this story. Um, the horror of what happened set in Monday night when her family returned home to the village of Deval outside Murray in northern Pakistan. Now, that was when they found her with those burns and with her body kind of messed up from the injuries. Now, this is 2 days ago that when they found her, and she's died now. This was the day of her death, June 1st, 2016. Also today, they arrested 3 men in connection with the teenager's killing. This is what a Punjab policeman said. I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Nabella Ganzonfar. I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'm unfamiliar with Pakistani names. I'll just admit my ignorance right here and there. But I am familiar with where our sympathies should be laid. Now, I am an ardent opponent of the death penalty, because even though I am Catholic and I believe heaven and hell, I don't know for sure whether or not that's actually the case after we die. And even if there is a hell, who's to say Hitler doesn't congratulate them for robbing us of the life of a person who certainly was more productive than they were, and certainly had many more reasons to live other than be someone's romantic partner, especially that of a person they didn't want in the first place. But regardless, it hits a little bit. I'm finding it easy to relate to the victim because she and were the same age. I'm 18 as well, so that's just disturbing. And she was certainly on a higher level, being a school teacher and all, whereas I'm still a student. Then again, I'm unfamiliar with Pakistan's educational system. But the point is, you had a person here who, and I'm looking at the picture right now. She was very attractive, and I probably would be disappointed too if she said no. But where do you come off and get the idea that because someone rejects you romantically, you can just go around and do whatever to them and mistreat them in some physical way that ends with their harm, or in this case, their death? I don't see where you even get that idea, just where it comes from, where it marinates within someone's mind. I don't understand that, and I can't understand that because it's something I would never do. And even though there are things I would never do that I can still kind of get the rationale for, such as people's positions on other issues, I just can't comprehend where it makes any type of sense to kill someone because they said they don't want to marry you. They lit her on fire like the Human Torch because she decided that she had the right to pick a romantic partner. This is the entitlement I hate. This is why I can't, every time people talk about women negatively, and there are things women might do, not collectively, but just some recurring trends one might notice that they'll do that I disagree with, but men do the same thing of just having things I'm not in favor of. But I would hope that people would agree that anyone should have the right to pick who they want to be with and should be allowed to live. If I had, I mean, if I were to carry out this type of behavior, there'd be a whole bunch of girls that were burned now for saying no, or hurt in some physical way, or mental way, which mental is a lot less worse because you can walk away from that. But I didn't do that because I'm not a monster. Like this isn't even just being entitled. This is just evil. If these three guys did this, and I don't know if they did, though it looks as if they did. If they did it, they're evil. I don't know nothing about no sympathy for the perpetrator. I have sympathy for the victim who's laying in the ground with a charred body because of these three savages. And I know they don't reflect the entire country of Pakistan, but they're its worst. So I'll talk to any person I know who seemingly is also disillusioned with the opposite sex and just say it's not, I don't even get any idea like that in your head. And no one over here does that. I wonder why. Because they're not monsters either. There is a time and place for everything, except killing somebody because they rejected you romantically. That's never acceptable. Or harming somebody because they said I don't want to date you. And these are grown men. They can figure out how to char someone's body, but they can't figure out how to take a rejection. I can't comprehend that. And I can't be the only one who thinks this is just disgusting. And this is another disgusting thing. You're Hillary for California. Throw out my trash. I really hope that people understand how horrible this is, but I might be alone. Regardless, have a good day and just be safe, because this is awful. Thank you very much. Bye.